Hey, it's me, Troy from Scare Hollow, and I'm going to add this to the first part of the video that you'll see me say once again, hey, it's Troy from Scare Hollow. But anyways, I just realized as I was making the new vlog that this is our 50th video. Wow, and it's taken us a year and a half. I don't vlog all the time, but, you know, when I do, everything in the world stops to listen to me talk. Okay, not really. But I want to thank all 172 of you from number 1 all the way down to 172. You are all awesome, and I thank you all. I want to give a special thanks to anybody who has helped me with our haunts. They've got Hannah and Ed and Dean and Kimmy and Chris and Amber and Jason and Courtney and Brandon and Erica and James and Emily and Amy and my wife, especially my wife because she's still married to me. So that's like, nobody can beat that. To everybody at the West Coast Haunters Convention, Ed Roberts, and Chris and Jeff Davis, and Scott Shear, especially Scott Shear, been a great help. Mike Allen and Troy Franz of Halloween Hellmouth, and all the people who comment on my stuff, especially Jose from Haunters Hangout. Yes, you got your own special shout out. Jose has commented on every single one of my videos. I think. I'm pretty sure. And I just realized like 4 or 5 months ago that I wasn't subscribed to him, and he's on Haunters Hangout. He's one of the hosts, and he comments on every single one of them. I swore that I was, but I wasn't. So I immediately remedied that situation and sent him $8,000 and a signed picture of a clown. The $8,000 he hasn't cashed in, and I told him to wait about 15 years to cash it. So when that happens, it's like the gift that keeps giving every year. You're like, ooh, it's 14 years, it's 13 years, it's 12 years. And then when it gets to the 15th year, I'll say, dude, 15 more years, okay? Because I don't think I'll ever have $8,000. Anyways. So yes, Jose has commented on every single one of my vlogs, and several other of you have commented as well. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has helped me on this haunt, and this endeavor and this experience. And let's see, did I leave anybody out? My brother Todd, and my parents, and my wife's parents, and my work, both. Well, I really only did a lot of it with the work that I work at right now, and Ashley's work, because they gave me a lot of stuff, and they've given me a lot of stuff, and they're giving me a lot of stuff, and they've given me their use of their truck, which is a big help. And to all the people on Craigslist that I have taken your stuff and taken it off your hands, you've helped me and I've helped you. To anybody who's taken stuff from my haunt and used it and repurposed it, awesome. And to just everybody. I mean, it's just been an awesome ride, and we're going to keep on going, and here's to 50 and 50 and 50 and 50 and 50 and 50 more. So that's about it for today for that. So now here's the regular vlog. Thank you again. And if I left anybody out, I'm sorry. It's like, okay, it's only 9 o'clock at night, but I've been doing a lot of stuff this weekend. We've had kids over and sleepovers and craziness, and it's just been a wild weekend. So I'm sure that I missed some people. Oh, Mary Fettner from Branson Hills, and Darling, you comment on all my stuff, and I like that, even on Facebook and on that. And everybody in the Northwest Haunters Association, Byron, Colleen, Scott again, Mike again, Troy again, Sean Morse from up at Nightmare at the Nile, everybody at the Old Fright Fest Northwest, okay, most of you, and yeah, so I'm sure I left some people out. My kids, thank you for being awesome and being little haunt kids, and my neighbors, and the city of Wood Village, and yeah, so again, thank you all. Okay, I just added 4 minutes to this vlog, I'm sorry. Hey, it's me, Troy from Scare Hollow, and this is kind of a part 1 of 2 Scare Hollow vlogs. Mind-blowing, I know. The second part will be the Portland Underground Shanghai Tunnels experience that we went through with a couple of other local haunters and my wife and my cohort Amy, as well as two of her friends. It was an extremely awesome experience, and if you live in Portland or Washington or are visiting Portland anytime soon, especially in May with the West Coast Haunters Convention, that you should do it. It's like $13 for adults, it's like $8 for kids. It's an hour-and-a-half tour of a very creepy section of the underground. And if I will talk a little more about it on the second part of the vlog, but I have to get copyright permission from the Cascade Geological Society because they're the ones who own all the pictures that we took. So they say that at the beginning, and you can't videotape in there. So hence why I won't have any videotape footage, but I'll have some amazing, creepy-looking pictures that I'll do as a slideshow on here. And then I will tell you of an experience that I had in there. And it's been a long time since I've seen something or someone. It's been since high school, and that was 12 years ago, right? Because 2000, I graduated in 2000, so it's 15 years ago. Wow. So yeah, 14 years ago, whatever. I'm no mathematician. Ask my teachers. I didn't pass any math classes. But instead, I'm going to show you a super boring vlog about me making some pillars. Now, 2 years ago, my friend Amy, my cohort, and Ashley put a lot of hours and a lot of detail into our old pillars. And I want to say that I thank them a whole lot for that. And so I'm going to show you again what they did. They took foam, and I did the grout lines. I actually etched them in, and then they did the rest. Well, and I painted all the red. And then they did the rest. I built the pillars. They did these. I'll just say that I just I just soldered. I used a soldering iron and did all the grout lines. They did the distressing. They did the burning and the cracks. And well, I did the crack, but they made them look cool. And we had moss all over these. And then my wife also had made, at her work, a sign. Scare Hollow Cemetery, established 1800. So she's going to probably make another one of those because I need one that says, we have another one that, I'll have to find it, that says kind of our saying, I guess, or a saying that we have. And so we're going to put those back on the pillars that I'm going to show you here in a minute. And so they put a lot of effort and time into those. My mistake was I didn't put anything behind those foam panels, so all it was 2x2s with those pieces of foam glued, or with the foam adhesive to those 2x2s. So there was nothing in the middle, so you could just push it. Yes, I got cut. Anyways, that you could just basically push through. Well, over the last year of moving them 2 years ago, because I didn't use them last year at all, a couple of them got punched in when I was moving them because I put my hand in the wrong spot and punch it, and then a raccoon decided to live in one of them, which isn't the worst thing we could have happen, but so that's hence why a couple of them I'm missing some pieces. I don't even have a full pillar of foam left. There's pieces about in the backyard that have flown around the neighborhood and stuff like that. I found one down the street the other day. So, because it's windy here, so anything in my backyard just kind of goes woo and flies away. So part of it was my fault. I didn't put any substrate behind the foam. So that was my fault. But it was kind of my first time making a big foam thing, So, trial and error, live and learn. So I do want to thank them for doing all their hard work with them. But I did not like how tall they were. I didn't like how cumbersome they were to move. And I didn't like that they were poorly done on my part. So I'm keeping the foam pieces because I'm going to probably reuse them for something else. I may make a wall. I may get more foam pieces and make a wall over my garage door so that then I can that could be a backdrop. So, they will be reused. I'm not going to let them just go to vain. Anyways, it's my nose. So, I spent the last almost 2 weeks making these new pillars, just a couple of basically the weekend days. So, as you can see on the floor, there's plenty of materials that we use. See, there's the old bricks. And you can see all of these bricks. Well, okay, you can't really see because that one does have them on there. But these bricks were on the pillars. You see any glue on those? No. This one happened to have glue on it, but the majority of it, it's very, very thin. See, there's not very much on there. All of that those were glued on to the wood. They did stay on after a while. I did have to pry them off of the pry bar, but very easily. Most of them, as I was prying off ones, the other ones behind it would start falling off. So it wouldn't have lasted. And I did 2 sides of one pillar that was 4 feet tall instead of the 6 feet that I used to have them. And it was already like over 50 pounds. And so as a general rule, I kind of make things as light as I can because I want to be able to move them myself. I don't want to force other people to come help me move stuff that's as simple as a pillar. Hey, can you come help me move a pillar? So I know all of us have a bunch of friends that like to do that and like to help out, but I also don't want to make my friends feel like, oh, Troy's got to move his pillars, I gotta go help him, blah, blah. So I know my wife would do it, but my wife's amazing, and she helps me with all the kids and me, and she does a lot of other stuff, so I don't need to burden her with trying to help me move these pillars. So I have to make them manageable. Plus I use them for Christmas. Because I have 2 archways, one for Halloween and one for Christmas. And so, I had to make them functional for both. And not as tall and easier to get to and accessible from the inside. So I made doors so that I could put fog machines and work on the lighting if I have to, change out starters, things like that. Because I'm going to make the lights flicker. And that's the one I need to paint them. And I need to add lights. And that's it. And wire them up to, the wiring and all that kind of stuff. So, that will be next weekend. I'll do that. And then I'm going to start the hearse. And that's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Can you? I can't. All 172 of you, can you wait? You're going to have to. Because I'm going to build it on my time. Anyways, so I'm going to show you the pillars. I have to get my phone because it's dark outside. 7:41. It was like 62 degrees here today in Portland, Oregon. We've had more sunshine this winter than we've ever had. So I'll put this on. Well, look at that. Isn't that creepy? Okay, so I'm going to turn it around, and then you'll be able to see the pillars. As you can see, they are pretty cool. That's the door hinge on that side. Oddly enough, I put them on opposite sides on this one. Anyways, so you have this old brick. There's several different colors of the brick, which is really cool. So I actually had my friend Chris come over and do all of this awesome routering. And you can kind of see the different, there it is. So you can kind of see. So I still have to sand down the corners. I'm going to sand all that down so it looks all nice. And then we'll paint them. And then I actually left up here, I left a room for a topper. And then down inside is that's where the metal pipe will go inside of that pipe. And then the light will go there, and electrical will go in there, and blah, blah, and I can set stuff in there. This also will double as a kind of a security thing too, because I'm going to put a magnetic catch in there and then I can put stuff in there, put a fog machine in there or something like that to keep it out of sight. Put a stereo system in there. Let's see if we can. Oh, that's why. I was zoomed in. There we go. That's better. So I will probably put. Lost my train of thought. There it went. La 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 la. We've been watching Big Hero 6 the last couple days. Anyways, so, I'm going to put a fog machine in there. That'll come out the back of the door, and it will have one of those dryer vent things with the louvers, and then the fog machine will go out those louvers, so it'll kind of flutter out those things. So I'll probably just do it out of one, probably the one that's closest to the yard, so that it will go out in the graveyard and add to that. And then... I can put fog machines in there if I want to put it away for a while. That's where I'm going to put... I digress. I'm going to put the sound system I'm going to get a smaller sound system. Last year I had to use my big stereo. This year I'm going to use something much smaller. Like an iPod and a stereo. I have a speaker now. But I'm going to use put that system in the pillar. So then the sound will not, you won't be able to know where the sound's coming from, but that will control the light, the lightning machine. So that'll all be encased inside that pillar, and I'm going to probably put some kind of a plastic on the inside of that so that when I put the top on, the water won't stream down through it. I'll probably figure out something with that, but if I know it's going to rain horribly, then I can open up the door and bring it all inside. So it's super awesome. So I'm not going to bore you with another 11-12 minute vlog. I know I'm not boring, but still. So yeah, they've got some awesome stuff coming up. So like I said, once I finish these, which will probably be next weekend, by next weekend, I will start the hearse. I'm going to stop in April because I have 2 birthdays, mine and my son's. My son's is first, and then mine's on the 19th. We will be stopping in April and basically May to do my tent trailer roof, because I need to do that. My friend Chris said that he will be able to probably do a lot of the woodworking in one day, and then we'll get the skin for the roof, because I'm putting a whole new roof on the thing. So I need to do that, and I need to take my time, because it's got to be waterproof, and I got to do it right the first time. So I'm going to spend a lot of money on it. I already spent $800 on the canvas, the whole new canvas for the tent trailer. So I need to get that done by the end of May so we can go camping. Then I will restart the hearse build in the end of May, beginning of June. If I get really far on the hearse, I may be able to bring it to West Coast Haunters Convention, but I don't know. I doubt I'll be ready by then, because I'm going to have pretty much 3 or 4 weeks in March, beginning part of April, to do the hearse build, to start it. But we'll see how far I get. I got a lot farther on these pillars than I did the last 2 years ago and this year, so... I have a mess to clean up. Does anybody want to come over and help me clean up my mess? No? Look at all these screws in a pumpkin bucket. That's only a quarter of the screws from the motel. Look, there's there's a bucket underneath my workbench thing. That's the coolest workbench ever. I got it at Costco, and the thing all folds up, and it folds up into just this piece and this piece together, and all the legs go under, and this thing all flies together. There's clamps in to go in there, and man, super awesome. Anyways, so yeah, Nerf gun. See, there's always a Nerf gun around here somewhere. So I'm going to go now. I know you haven't seen me in a while, so get my hand out of the way there. I'm going to upload this and probably watch some Walking Dead. And some Better Call Saul. Oh no, Better Call Saul's on Monday. I had something else on Sunday. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Family Guy, other shows. I don't know. Anyways, so I will say goodnight, and I will upload I'll do a vlog about the Portland Underground here pretty soon, as soon as I get the okay to use the pictures. I probably took about 20-25 pictures, so it shouldn't be too long of a slideshow, and then I'll tell you all about the spookiness of down there, which is on top of the spookiness down there. Spookiness that I encountered, which it was vindicated that nobody else saw it. So it's pretty creepy. So good night, and we will see you all next time. Can't build haunted stuff without haunted garden, because my Scare Hollow sweatshirt is covered in sawdust from yesterday. Covered in sawdust. That's why I put the goggles on, because there was sawdust everywhere. So safety first. Haunt on.